How are you keeping this evening? You caught me just finishing getting set up here in the background. Bit of a backlight there. My name is Sarah, your coffee drinking and tea leaf reader, and we are back for our Thursday evening hangout, our Thursday evening visit, and we're going to be doing viewer readings this evening. So before I continue any further, may I please just confirm, or may you please confirm if you're in the chat right now, if you can hear me and see me okay. Let's do a quick sound check. Linda, I see that you were in the chat. Hi, Linda. Thank you so much for being here as always. I love you. Can you hear me and see me okay, Linda? I know you're in the chat. I know sometimes there's a bit of a lag time between like seeing the chat come up, so no worries there. But if you could please just let me know if you can hear me and see me okay, I would be most appreciative. And as we sort of wait here, let's give everyone a few minutes just to hop on this live. Sorry that I'm running a few minutes late, but I guess I'm on time as always, 8:02. 8:05 now. Okay. But anyway, so let me just check here in the background, make sure everything's working okay. Seems to be. So this is what we do on our Thursday evening hangouts. We hang out here together and at 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursday evenings. And Ginny, hey, hi Ginny. Can you hear me and see me okay? I'm trying to do a quick sound and audio check. If you can please let me know, I really appreciate it. Hi Ginny, thanks so much for being here. Aw, how fun. Michelle, oh, you can hear me and see me okay? Yeah, sorry, now I see this. Yes, oh, thank you so much for confirming that. I'm not quite set up 100% here in the background, but that's okay, we're making do here. I'm still sitting sideways from my back injury that I got back, let's see, what month is this? This is April. Got back injury in March, so I'm still kind of sitting, sideways. So if I look like I'm sitting sideways, it's because I am. But Ginny, hi, thank you so much. It's so good to see you here. Michelle, hi. So good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it as always. Linda, yes, there we are. Thank you so much for confirming that, ladies. Just so that we know before we start, Bree, our dog, just walked back in. Mom and our dog, Mom and Bree, just walked back in, so you'll probably be hearing them a little bit in the background here. Do you want to say hi, Mom?
Hello.
She says hi. She made an appearance. I think it was the last live or two. She's come on and said hi. Maybe she will again tonight.
No, I don't think so.
She says not. Okay, fine. Bree is our little chocolate lab. She just had her birthday recently. She's 3 years old. She's pretty small, so she doesn't like hop up. She won't jump up to say hi, but here she comes over, and if the camera starts shaking, that's because of Bree. Hi, darling. She comes over and says hello. She won't jump up, but she comes over and says hi. So there, she said hi to everyone. Well, everyone, thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate this. This is really, really fun. Ginny, Ginny says hi, Mom and Bree.
Hello.
Mom says hi. They just came in from their little baby walk, and Bree is just going to get settled off in the next few minutes. She's highly energetic 3-year-old lab, so anything's possible.
Mom can sit down.
Mom can sit down for a little while. Okay, so we are here for our Thursday evening hangout, a Thursday evening visit, and we're going to be doing viewer readings this evening. So this is something that I really like to do. I like to do my lives. I really miss doing them in March, just because of the schedule and everything that was happening, and injuries and whatnot. So I was really, really missing going live. So I'm so happy to be back here. We're going live again, and it's just so much fun. So hopefully you enjoy this live, you enjoy the readings this evening, and we're going to be doing what we usually do on Thursday evenings. And I say we a lot because as far as I'm concerned, well, first of all, it's not me, it's the boss. All information comes from the top, and it's us together. We're all here together. So we do, hi Bree, we do three free 5-minute tea leaf readings. So as I said in my description of this video, and side note there's a big long disclaimer there. However, all readings that I offer are for entertainment purposes only, just putting that out there, but there's a longer disclaimer in the description box below. But yes, I really like to do this. It's a lot of fun. So on Thursday evenings, we come here, we hang out, and I offer these 5-minute tea leaf readings. And these really are like a taste test of a tea leaf reading, because the shortest amount of time, the length of time that I offer for private tea leaf readings is 15 minutes, like 5 minutes. So this really is like a taste test, just to see, what's going on, a quick check-in, and see whatever the divine source creator, the boss, as I like to affectionately like to say, would like us to know, would like you to know. And yeah, we just have some fun. So if you're interested in having a quick 5-minute tea leaf reading, please pop your name into the chat below, and we can start that and go from there. So if you're interested, if you're watching this live and you're interested and you'd like to have a tea leaf reading, please just go ahead and put that in the chat, and we'll go ahead and we'll start your tea leaf reading. I do have all the mugs here. I'm going to be using this evening, just for simplicity's sake, bag tea, just regular bag tea tonight. So that's what we're going to be doing this evening. And I would also like to give and say, oh, Jenny, perfect, awesome, perfect. So what I like to go live. So this is what we do. And so I'm going to aim to have this recording posted tomorrow. So this should be going out live, or not live, but going out tomorrow. I'm going to aim for the morning. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit of a busy day, pretty busy day for me, but I'm going to try and get this posted in the morning. Afternoon is most likely, the very latest tomorrow night. So within 24 hours, we're going to be, oh, Linda's like is one of my, basically my mod. Like, I know, Linda, you won't say that you are, but you kind of are. So thank you so much, Linda. So yeah, I'm going to aim to have the recording posted here tomorrow night, so we can always refer back that way. And awesome. So let's see. Thanks, Linda, for that little check in there. So let's see what we have. I use my phone, in case you're wondering what I'm doing. I'm looking down at my computer. I'm extremely very short-sighted. So I use my phone to stream here, and off camera over here I have my laptop, so I use this to check in the chat and see what's going on that way, because this way I can actually zoom in and see what people are saying. Okay, so let me just check in here. Linda, I know that you posted an update in there. So Ginny, you're up first. Smile time. Smile time. Thanks so much for being here. It's great to have you. That's amazing. Of course, we can totally read for you. We keep it at a cap of 3. Linda, you're old hat at this. Linda knows. We tried I think we did a little bit more the first time out. Pardon me, Linda. We do like more than 3, and then after like the first time we're like, let's just keep it at 3. The main reason is that it takes a little bit of time. Yes, there's a bit of preliminary chit chat that we're doing right now. However, this is sort of the case in point with tea leaf reading. It's not just like a 5-minute reading. Like a 5-minute reading is more like a 10-minute session almost, because by the time you boil the water, you get the tea leaves ready, you get the cup ready, and then you proceed with the reading. It takes a little bit of time, so that's why we sort of try and keep it at 3. But thank you so much there, Linda. Yeah, see this so far. So first up is Ginny, and then we have smile time. That's amazing. And on that note, actually, I was making a mental notes earlier before we went live this afternoon while I was at the beach with Mom and Brie this afternoon. Also would like to say and give a big, I posted this on my community tab earlier this afternoon, a couple hours ago, early this evening, but a big, huge thank you to all of my subscribers. And I know that I've been posting a lot of shorts lately, so I'm actually more active now on TikTok. I'm posting there consistently. I'm posting the same content essentially for the most part over here on YouTube with a different, a little bit of differences here and there, but I've noticed that in the past couple of weeks, we have been receiving a lot more subscribers. So just if you have joined recently, I just want to say a big, huge thank you to you for subscribing, joining us here. It really helps the algorithm to grow, and I really appreciate it. Smile time, excellent question. Thank you so much. Totally awesome question there. So to basically, long story short, I put all of that. Well, I sort of inadvertently or indirectly answered your question in the description box below. However, essentially, please don't say what your question is in the chat. It just maintains, 1, your confidentiality, and 2, my objectivity. The less that I know, the better, and I really prefer to not really know anything. The less I know, the better whenever I do a reading, whether it's a psychic medium reading or whether it's a tea leaf reading. It just keeps me as objective as possible. So first of all, please don't put your question into the chat. And also, this also helps to maintain everyone else's confidentiality. So I do ask, no one ask anyone else what their question is. No one's ever done that, but just thank you so much for putting that out there. But in terms of asking how to phrase questions for these readings, Just think of an area of your life that you would like to gain some insight into, but please don't tell me what it is. That's what I always say. And the other half of that too is whatever's going to come through, in my opinion, is going to come through regardless of what we ask. So sometimes it's like any other kind of reading. Sometimes if we have something in mind, but we really need to know about something else, that's what's really going to come through because that's what it needs to come through. So does that sort of answer your question? It's a little long-winded, but hopefully that answers your question. So hopefully that makes sense to you. But tea leaf reading is really fun. It's really interesting. As I posted a short yesterday, and it's like, oh, tea leaf reading isn't just in the movies; it really is real. So we're going to be awesome. Thanks, Jenny. Oh, awesome. Yeah, thanks, Valentine. No, and that's a very, very valid question. Thank you. I sort of get blinders on sometimes because I'm always so in it that I don't say that. So thank you so much for that beautiful reminder. Awesome. So the way that I describe tea leaf reading is this is how I describe it. 10 people, 10 different tea leaf readers can tell you 10 different ways of how they read. I think they're all accurate. Everyone reads tea leaves differently, or not. People can read tea leaves differently, is what I should say. I think there's different ways that are accurate. It's just different. That's all. The way that I myself read is chronological. That's how I've always done it. So the rim is the present situation. I'm going to Leo teaching mode here, but anyway, rim is the present situation. The sides are on the way, and the base is more of the distant future. So it's now, on the way, and later. And I always like to say like my little preamble that I've been talking about in the past few minutes, because I always want people to be comfortable and to be aware of what's happening. Because tea leaf reading really isn't that much of a well-known divination tool, in my opinion. Not too many people know about it. They just don't, and it's so complex. It's so interesting. It's so unique, and I find not many people just not many people know about it, or not many people read tea leaves. They just don't. But it's really fun. It's really interesting, and no two cups are ever the same. So the way that I describe tea leaf reading is that it describes the qualities and or characteristics of events and or situations which are likely to occur. Big long phrase. However, I've been doing this now for what? Okay, this is 2024. According to the calendar we're using right now, 14 years this year. I'm at almost at 14 years now. 14 years as of the first weekend, essentially, or so of July, thereabouts. And that's the best, most succinct way that I have discovered that I can describe tea leaf reading, because it is complex. It really is. Okay, it's simple and yet not. So yes, we do have one more spot left. So if you're watching this live and you'd like to have a tea leaf reading, please let us know in the chat. We do cap it off at 3. Okay, Jenny, here we go. So in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm getting the cup ready. Spirit Brothers UK, I think you've been on here before, haven't you? Well, hello. I love the UK. I've traveled there a few times before, and I absolutely adore it. Thanks so much for being here. It's awesome. Good to see you. I never go through the process. I stopped going through the process a long time ago of telling people how I prepare a teacup for the tea leaf reading. It sounds a lot more complicated than it really is, and it involves a lot of words. And it has resulted with blank stares, and after, you know what, it's okay. Let me just get the cup ready. We'll walk us through the process as we get it prepared. Okay. Can I ask you a serious question? Well, I mean, that depends. If you would like to have a tea leaf reading, Spirit Brothers UK, you are welcome to do so here. We have one spot left. But whatever your question is, please just, if you are referring to a question in regards to having what your tea leaf reading question would be, if you wanted to have a tea leaf reading tonight, please just don't say what that is in the chat. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Okay. Okay, Spirit Brothers. Well, maybe just because of the fact that I'm going to be doing readings, that I am doing readings this evening, I would suggest to send me an email, and then that way we can chat that way. Just because I'm trying to get the readings underway. That'd be awesome. Thank you so much. Ooh, we have some activity here in the chat. 1 second. Okay, let's see. Sorry, everyone, just 1 second here. One second here. Sorry about this, Ginny. 1 second. I don't have the time to go through. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. It was a bit of a active chat on Monday night as well. So I take it as a compliment. I really do. Doesn't bother me. No matter what sort of tea you use for the tea leaf reading smile time. Essentially, yes, and essentially, no. Smile time in terms of what your question is. There are different types of tea that I do use, and certain teas that I just don't use and won't use. It really depends on the consistency of the tea, what kind of tea it is, the size and shape of the leaves, essentially. I use bag tea, obviously, like right now, and I think it's great. To me, it provides very detailed images. So that's why I really like it. And it's also in a bag, which is great and very convenient for doing readings like in this format. But there are definitely certain ones I would avoid and certain ones that I would not go for. Rooibos is really good. I really like that because it gives detailed images. But there are other kinds too. I just essentially avoid any fruit-based teas. That's the main one that I avoid because it's not even really a tea. It's fruit. And yeah, it just doesn't give that much of an accurate image. Hopefully that answers your question. Apologies in advance here if we have some more activity with bots or whatever in the chat. I take it really as a compliment at this point. I really do. It doesn't bother me. It's just more of an annoyance, but yeah, I'm not offended or it doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, for sure. Small time, for sure. Thank you, Jenny. Thanks so much for your patience there. Yeah, Spirit Brothers. Yeah, if you want to send me an email, that'd be great. Okay, then we can talk offline there. Thanks. Okay, Jenny, I'm just getting your leaves ready right now.
Just gonna turn the phone down.
Okay, Mom. So I've gotten the cup ready. I've swirled the leaves, pushed the leaves down, and I'm just, my camera's very tilted here. My phone's quite tilted, but this is straight. 1, 2, 3, flip it over. I'm just going to turn it now 3 or 4 times for tradition, but always clockwise. Oh, awesome. Smile time. That's amazing. See, the best people come in the chat. Like, I'm not even kidding. The best people are always here. Oh, wonderful people. Always, always, always. It is very interesting. Tea leaf reading is very interesting. It's just not very well known. It has been on a couple different shows, one movie in particular.
Oh, Landon.
Yeah, Mom's like, it has been in a certain time traveling movie, that in the first episode of that one, for sure. Margaret, hey, hi. Thanks so much for being here and hopping on. Good to see you. Thank you. Hi. Welcome. Yeah, tea leaf reading is very interesting. No two cups are ever the same. And again, it always comes from the boss. I've already said all my prayers beforehand. I'm all set to go. Go a little bit quiet. In case you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I've gotten the tea ready, the cup ready, and right now I am simply straining the cup very delicately with my Kleenex or my tissue here, obviously, of any excess liquid. This prevents pooling on the base, which is what I always like to prevent, whenever possible. That prevents any leaves from moving around in the base and any images changing. Yeah, I never really know what I'm going to see in terms of tea leaf reading. I mean, I certainly do know many images which do usually appear, but I've never seen a cup identical to another person. Similar, yes, but never the same, no. It's pretty cool. And see, this is what I mean. Like Margaret and Linda, you're chatting amongst yourself. Like this is what I love. I love everyone just chiming in, having a nice chat, having a nice visit, until such time that we can all spend time with each other and hang out in the same room at the same time. This is the next best thing. Okay, so we're going to aim for about 5 minutes. No, I'm just going to be keeping an eye on the chat a little bit here off to the side as well, just to make sure it's running tickly-boo. Okay, Jenny, ready? Now, I did post one more thing. Is that I did post. I'll put it in here again. At the before we went live tonight, I did put my email address in the chat. I'm just going to put that in here again now. I'm just going to put some spaces in here. So if you are interested, if you're having a tea leaf reading this evening here live, and you would like me to send you pictures of your tea leaves, I just put my email address there in the chat, Jenny. So if you want to if you want me to send you pictures of your reading, please let me know. Please just send me a quick email. Obviously, remove the spaces there in my email address, and I'll send them over to you. Take usually about 3 of them, and that way, have them for reference. Okay, let's go. Entertainment purposes only. Please take what you will and leave what you don't. We're going to aim for about 5 minutes. Let's go. Here we go, Jenny. Okay, and please feel free to do or not put any validations in the chat. Completely up to you. I am a huge stickler for maintaining confidentiality, so whatever you want to do. Thanks, Jenny. Here we go. Okay, so I would say in relation to your question or otherwise, what I'm seeing right now is looking at the present situation as a quick confirmation of what's currently taking place. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we could say 5. Okay, I would say there's likely 5 events or situations taking place right now. So 5 events and/or situations taking place right now where things are calm and clear and quiet, and you're happy with that, and/or you want things to get moving. I wouldn't say that it's not like there's one incredibly significant overall main event or situation taking place right now, but there are the 5 slightly smaller ones. However, they are all of about the same amount or level of importance or significance taking place right now. Additionally to that, you do have a few other much smaller events or situations also taking place, which are in comparison, you have like 5 silver and several bronze in terms of significance, like gold, silver, and bronze. Yeah, so there's a lot of busyness, a lot of activity taking place in the smaller events or situations. In one of them, and specifically in one of the smaller events taking place right now, it's a glass half full versus glass half empty, amusing situation overall, I would say. The best way that I can describe that one. But it is helping to also create a sense of stability that's unconventional. So that's a phrase that I use a lot, unconventional stability. For example, you paint boxes, sell them online, and make money. Unique, but provides stability. There's also likely a Scorpio connection in some way, shape, or form, so that happening right now in terms of one of the events or situations taking place. And I would say that that's either someone who is that sign and/or the qualities and/or characteristics of that sign. I am not an astrologer, don't pretend to be, however, just putting that out there. Okay, so let's go down further. Let's get in your cup. Yeah. Okay, this is interesting. Oh, cool. All right, so you do have a main event, you do have a layout that I do frequently see, which is one main event or situation taking place in your cup. It's about a quarter of the cup, so it is fairly significant. And actually, as time progresses, timing is always a little bit variable to determine. However, as time progresses, it does become a little bit more significant. It's interesting because it does maintain its same amount consistency of significance as time progresses. It just sort of changes form. Okay, best way that I can describe that one. Okay. Overall, this main event or scenario does involve, for the most part, surprises. So things that we're not supposed to know about right now. However, it's also one of those situations where we have clarity and we don't. We know exactly what's we know what's happening, but we don't at the same time, like that kind of scenario. Aside from that, though, however, quite a bit of talking involved, thoughts, ideas, conversations, things that are up in the air taking place in two different parts that are comprised in this main event or situation. So it's like one main scenario, basically three parts, talking, things taking place. Very much in the short term, you have a whole slew of events, very, very short term busyness taking place. Events or situations, a lot of unconventional stability. There may be some property that's involved, as well as, yeah, definitely unconventional stability that's involved. Also has an idea that's also being shown in here. The main event or situation does also begin, and very much in the short term, but there's a lot of, like, I firmly believe we're all divinely protected anyway. However, there's a lot of protection, I would say, divine protection around you in regards to this scenario. And it really does begin with this whole with a new idea, concept that's being presented, that also does involve open communication between two individuals, like the female and the male. But yeah, there's open communication. Looks positive. And then when we get into the base, yeah, I would say, generally speaking, though, Jenny, in the short term, it looks like it's going to be quite busy for you. It's just that there's one main event or there's one event or scenario with the letter S that's likely involved, S and or N, and that also involves like action, momentum, things taking place rather quickly, but also like a lot of protection, a lot of divine protection that's also involved. There also may be possibly a Sagittarius connection in some way, shape, or form, and possibly some travel there as well. That individual event does flow into the base, and which is more of the distant future, but it does look really positive. So what is it? You have a lot of abundance on the way. That's the short version. A lot of abundance and prosperity that's taking place as of now, as of later. It involves partnerships, a unique sense of a partnership, working with many different people, a lot of abundance and prosperity as well. So I hope that you enjoyed that tea leaf reading. I talked my way through it. It just looks, I'm always excited, and I always say that, but it's always true, because I find every cup very exciting and very interesting. But that's what it really looks like to me. So whatever is on the way, it looks very positive. I would just say that in the short term, like in the coming time and the approaching time, it does look fairly quiet though too. So even though you have like a lot of different things taking place, certainly in the short term, in addition to the main event or situation, you do have two main areas where things are calm and clear and quiet. So I would say use the quiet time, not telling you what to do, but I would say to use the quiet time that you have approaching to get anything that you need to get done, so you don't have to think about it later. So thank you so much, Jenny. I hope that you enjoyed your tea leaf reading, and please do email me if you would like me to send you pictures of your tea leaf reading. Hope it was helpful. Okay. Smile time. That's a beautiful, beautiful message. I completely concur. I totally and completely agree with you. 100%. Oh, Jenny, thank you so much. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, it's so much fun. I love it. Awesome. Yay, cool. I'm just boiling the water again, smile time. So let's get your cup ready right now. As I said to Jenny as well, smile time. If you'd like me to send you pictures of your tea leaf reading, please just send me an email. That's my email in the chat there. Just please, obviously, remove the spaces in there. And I'll go ahead and I will email them to you tonight. Well, as soon as you email me, if you want me to email you. Let's get your tea leaves ready. Smile time. So again, a big, huge thank you to everyone for all of your support, all of your likes, your views. And I also posted this on my community tab a little while ago this evening as well. I wonder what the current count is. Let's do a bit of a drum roll here. We are at 475 subscribers. 475. Wow. So we only need 25 more subscribers, then we've reached the milestone of 500. Isn't that insane? So thank you again so much to everyone for all of your help and all of your support. I so appreciate it. Could not do this without you. Go. And these tea leaf readings, they really are goodwill gesture on my part. I really enjoy doing them, and I'm just trying to offer my help to anyone who's interested in receiving it. So this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay, smile time. Let's go and let's get your reading ready. My pile of books here that I'm balancing the cups on. There's Linda. Okay, let's swirl your leaves. Okay, that's a really quick swirl. Going to strain any excess liquid out of the cup. As you can tell, I use tissues. I find, oh, there we go. I find tissues very, very convenient, especially if I'm doing like a group tea leaf reading, which I've done before and many, many times actually. That involve different people, like different people. Up to 6 people is what I usually cap it off at. Sitting together and or individually and having a reading. It's really fun. But I find tissues work very well. Just get this ready over here. Right up at the plate. There, it's over there. Usually go kind of quiet at this point in time. It's a little bit contemplative. Going to push your, I'm actually using a spoon tonight. Linda, look, I got a spoon. I'm not using makeup this time. That's a bit of a joke. I did post a short a little while ago, and it's a completely true story. Sometimes I just use makeup to push the leaves back down. I'm very much of the opinion of, I mean, there's certain things with tea leaf reading that are pretty well non-negotiable as far as I'm concerned, but I'm also very much the proponent of use the materials that you have. And sometimes if I forget a spoon, I'm going to use the first thing that's here, and most oftentimes it's makeup. But I got a spoon today. Almost like she's chiding me in the background. Hey, I'm being honest here. Complete upfront.
Hi.
Completely transparent here. Mom says it's not nice. Hey, I'm being honest.
Wow.
I've already put that short out there. It's for the world to see at this point. Okay. Just checking the consistency of the leaves right now. Smell time. Too much liquid, not enough. They all fall in. They all stay out, whatever the case is. These spoons are awesome. Yeah, I got one. Okay, that's pretty good. That's good. There we go. Perfect. Go 1, 2, 3, flip. There we go. Just going to turn your cup about 3 or 4 times. But as you can see, this is what I was referring to earlier. Tea leaf reading takes a little bit more time, just even the setting process of just getting it set up. So again, like a 5-minute reading is usually not always a 5-minute reading. There's quite a bit of, there's some setup time that's involved. So I'm just straining the excess liquid out of your cup right now. Smile time. That's what I'm doing right now. Being very careful not to move any of the leaves. Just getting the excess liquid tea out. Here we go. There we go. There we are. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so I have your reading ready right now. Smile time. Now, on the general weekly tea leaf readings that we do on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern, I do show those leaves obviously in the camera. I don't do that here, obviously. So, but yeah, I do have your leaves ready. So let's go ahead and get your reading underway. Oh, Linda, look at Linda being my mod. I love you, Linda. Thank you so much. Yes, 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 yes. So everyone listen to what Linda just said and reply accordingly if you're interested. Okay, here we go. Small time. So please take what you will, leave what you don't. Entertainment purposes only. Here we go. Okay, so it appears as though to me, let's see, one. Hang on 1 second. busy. Usually, quite often, like often there's a theme whenever more than one individual is having a reading at any given time, like at the same time. I would say that's true for psychic medium readings, most certainly, as well as tea leaf readings. So there's a bit of a theme here. So we have 1, 2. So you have one main event or situation taking place right now, I would say, smile time, as well as 3 other events or situations, and some, okay, 1 bronze, 3, I think I said 3, right? Yeah, 1 bronze, 3 silver, and 1 gold, 3 bronze, 1 gold, 3 silver, and a few bronze. There we go. So there's one main event or situation taking place, I would say, right now, and that would be a scenario where things are common, for generally speaking, things are common, clear, and quiet, and you're happy with that, and or you want things to get moving a little bit more. That is also true for those other slightly smaller events or situations also taking place right now. And then in addition to that, additionally, you do have a few other smaller events or scenarios also taking place. You do have a layout that, again, I do often see, which is one main event or situation. That's like the core, the focus, the main hub of your reading. It is comprising approximately, yeah, it's about a quarter of the cup. That's about a quarter. Yeah, it's about a quarter of the cup, so it definitely is significant. Yeah, there's a theme. So, like Ginny, you also have some events or situations, which are fairly short term, occurring in the short term. However, they do conclude for the most part in and of themselves fairly quickly. Now, define quickly, I know, but fairly quickly. They are related to the main event or situation. It's like they're separate in and of themselves, especially one of them or one part of it. But that one is interesting too because I'll get to that in a second. But they are all directly related to this one main event or situation, and it does lead these other short-term events. It does lead one part, or specifically does lead into the base, which is more of the distant future. Okay, Margaret, you're in. Thank you. Thanks, Linda, for moderating there. You do have, for the most part, one area coming up. Oh, sorry, yeah, 2 areas coming up. You see your cups are quite similar. 2 areas approaching where, again, things are calm and clear and quiet. So I would say to get anything that you need to get done. I'm not telling you what to do, but to get anything that you need to get done fairly quickly in the next short while, in the next little while, because it does appear again that things will be quite busy for you later on. However, for the next while, and I know time is variable, I know that, but for the next while, aside from the main event or situation and this other situation that really isn't, there is not a lot of there are not many things taking place there, but there is one smaller event. Aside from that, generally speaking, it is quiet. So great time to get anything that you need to get done. So it's all done. So you don't have to contend with that later and focus on everything that you need to focus on without having any distractions. This one main event or situation, it does begin. I know, fairly soon. It does involve you receiving, like it starts off with you receiving something very good, and it's like there's a bit of a lag time between now and it taking place, but when it does happen, it's like, oh, okay, all hands to the deck, everything is really busy right away. Again, I am of the firm opinion and belief that we all have divine guidance at all times. However, nice to see reassurance of that sometimes. So I would say that this is totally what I'm seeing in here. A reminder that you do have divine protection involved, not like, oh, we're in danger, but no. However, just a reminder that we do have protection, and certainly you have that here as well. The letters E, but most likely the letter C. There's also likely a Taurus and or an Aries connection that is related to that individual scenario. There's also likely property in some way, shape, or form that is being shown in here. It's it involves creativity, new beginnings, new opportunities, creating something new, making something new creative project of some kind, something along those lines. That's very much in the short term. But it does look very positive. But there is a lot of like reassurance and sweetness and a gentle energy around that. A lot of reassurance and unconditional love, support, loyalty, and commitment. Those qualities and their characteristics. As time and events unfold, there are some surprises for sure, as well as a lot of thinking and talking things up in the air quite a bit for you. There's also the letter J and or C. So person, place, or thing with the letters C and or J does appear to be a very positive scenario. Now, again, as time and events unfold here, coming down towards the base, which is more of the distant future, you do have abundance and prosperity for sure. That somehow involves a partnership of some kind. It's very unique. Likely involving travel, may involve travel, transportation, something like that, something to that effect. And there may be a letter D, like for dog. Okay, it's involved. There's abundance, there's stability involving one person specifically, likely a woman. Many helpful people involved. Okay. As we go into the base, which is more of the distant future, yeah, you definitely have surprises that are being shown in here. For the most part, overall, you do have a big surprise. But again, like Jenny, like significant abundance and prosperity. It's just that we're not supposed to know what that is at this moment in time. Totally, I would say, involves you working with other people. There's likely a female that's involved. This could be you yourself and or someone else. There's a female or female energy that's involved, but there somehow is reassurance that's also being indicated regarding that as well. So I hope that's helpful for you. It's forming beautifully right now. It's just still in the process of getting formed, this abundance and prosperity that is taking place later. So I really hope that you enjoyed that tea leaf reading smile time. And again, please email me at that email address that I put in the chat, posted it rather into the chat, if you'd like me to send you pictures of your tea leaf reading. So thank you so much for letting me read for you, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Linda, thank you so much. So Margaret, you are up next. Okay, let's get your water boiled and let's get your tea leaves ready. There we go. So how's everyone doing? Is everyone hanging in there okay? Hanging in there? And it may be, it's also entirely, I'm not the creator, so I would never put a cap on anything, but I would say it's also entirely possible. Thank you so much, Smile Time. Oh, I got 3 hearts. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, and even if you're not, even if you're watching on the replay, for example, or even if you're watching now live and you're not having a reading, it may be that some of this information may resonate with you entirely. I mean, that could very well completely be the case. Jenny, this is so interesting. Oh, thanks so much, Jenny. It is. It really is. Tea leaf reading is very interesting. It's very unlike any other divination tool. I mean, okay, divination tools, there are similarities. Don't claim to be an expert on any of them, but I do use them and have for many years. But it is very interesting. Yeah, there's different words for different terms or different phrases or different words for tea leaf reading that include they are tasseology, tasseography, and tasseomancy. They all come from the French root word tasse, which means cup. So literally, it's referring to cup reading, the study of cups. It is essentially reading cups. We use tea. Tea is the most popular, but so is actually Greek or Turkish coffee. Very interesting. My very first experience or foray into cup reading of any kind was actually, I had a lovely Greek gentleman, this was years ago, and he read my coffee a couple of times, and he was so accurate. Yeah, that was before I even heard about tea leaf reading or knew anything really about it, and I was completely blown away by how accurate he was. It was really interesting. Never thought I would ever be doing tea leaf reading. My grandma did. She did. Didn't learn from her. Or maybe I did. I don't know. If I did, it's from spirit. Okay. So Margaret, I'm going to get your leaves ready right now. And Smile Time, I'm so happy that you enjoyed your reading. That's awesome. Okay, Margaret, I'm just getting your leaves ready right now. Just give me a couple minutes here while I do so. you never know what's going to come up in tea leaf reading, and I'm doing my best here to be as accurate as I possibly can, but you can see why. Like, this is a taste test of a tea leaf reading, but you can hopefully you can see why I do keep 15 minutes as my minimum whenever I do a private reading, just so I can give as much information as possible. And yeah, for 15 minutes, even 15 minutes is pushing it sometimes, but I do my best. Ginny, my American friend's father used to read our coffee. Oh, see, that's so cool. It's so interesting. It's basically the same thing. It's just that one of those situations where it's like same as but different. That is so neat. Yes, there's definitely people out there. I'm not trying to sound like there aren't, but it's just not a very well-known divination tool. Thanks so much, Margaret. Okay. Just gonna put a little bit more water back in, just a little bit. I love to hear stories like that, Janine. That's awesome. Okay, here we go, Margaret. Let's stir your tea leaves. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just clearing off my hand chakras. Something that I learned when I was when I learned Reiki, became attuned to Reiki. Just pushing the leaves back down in your cup. Background noise that you hear. There you go. Perfect. Check the consistency. Here we go. Just checking. Just going to strain a little bit more out. There we go. Yes, I am very detailed oriented. Maybe a little bit too much, but I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I just like to make sure it's 100% as perfect as possible. A little bit more. That should be good. Yeah. One second. Just gonna put a bit more. There we go. Okay, that's perfect. One, two, three. There we go. Free cups tonight. No spills. Okay, I'm going to now turn your cup 3 or 4 times. The word tuck means quiet. Oh, sorry, that could have just been my microphone. Smile time. Tas. Obviously, not pronouncing it correctly or not saying it loudly enough. Maybe. Sorry. Tas. TASSE, I believe. Tas. I didn't know that about tack. But it's tas. Hence tasseology, tasseomancy, tasseography. But thank you for mentioning that. It's very interesting. Could definitely be a similarity there, connection in some way. It definitely involve. I would say that tea leaf reading has clearly for me anyway does involve some level of silence. Yeah, or quiet. I do go quiet clearly when I'm doing tea leaf reading, at least a little bit anyway. Getting the leaves ready, or when I'm really concentrating. Okay, here we go. Okay, Margaret, here we go. Almost ready. Last few drops of liquid tea strained. Ready? 2 drops right at the top. I'm just trying to get those right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, ready? Okay, let's go. Entertainment purposes only, obviously. Please take what you will, leave what you don't. Okay. Okay, so I'm just looking at your cup here. One. That's intriguing to me. 1 second. That's intriguing. So you have one main event or situation taking place right now where things are calm and clear and quiet, and or you want things to get moving a little bit more in this fairly significant situation, I would say. So in terms of like levels of importance, I would say it's like gold, like gold and silver and bronze. I would say that's a gold situation. Gold, number 1 situation for sure. In addition to that, you do have other smaller events, specifically 1, 2, 1 gold, 2 silver, and like 2 or 3 bronze. In terms of events or situations taking place right now, the main event or the main event or situation taking place like right now, I would say, leads into or is a precursor, however you want to say it, happens before, from what I'm seeing in here, the main event or situation. Again, you have a layout that I do often see, which is 1 main event or situation. That's like the core, the core, the hub, the main focus of your reading, like the main part, the main message. So it leads to or happens before this main event or situation takes place. So I would say that from what I'm seeing, yes, there's this 1 main event or situation taking place right now. Again, things are coming clear and quiet, and or you want things to get moving, or you're happy with it. And it makes sense to me from what I'm seeing, because immediately in the cup below, like following that part, that's where the busyness, a lot of the busyness is taking place. It preludes a prelude to the main event or situation, as well as a few other smaller events or scenarios taking place very much in the short term. Again, this is like a theme that seems to be a theme tonight. And so there's 1, 2, there's 2 other smaller events or scenarios taking place that are, I would say, indirectly related to this main event or situation. Separate in and of themselves, they are, but they are indirectly related to the main event. So this is all related in some way, shape, or form to one, for sure, one idea, a new concept, a new opportunity of some kind, a new idea that's being contemplated but hasn't yet happened. However, I would say very much in the short term, immediately after that, you do have 2 other opportunities that are being presented. One is more significant than the other. However, the smaller of those 2, actually, you have a lot of they're both positive, I would say, but the smaller of the 2 does involve you receiving something very, very positive, and there is reassurance, I would say, that's being indicated that is related to that. And also, this is helping to form a sense of unconventional stability. For example, paint boxes, sell them online, and make money. This all does relate to a new opportunity that's being thought about, because when it's presented as a now as of later, it looks like when it's presented, it involves a lot of thinking and talking, words, things up in the air, new ideas, things along those lines. It may not be like this huge opportunity that's being presented. However, it's very interesting because it leads to the main event, leads to everything, like the main focus of your reading. in this main focus of your reading, you do have the majority of it does involve, again, that kind of situation where we know and yet we don't know. Stability and clarity and yet not. There's a lot of surprises, a lot of unknowns as they appear. That kind of scenario does appear to me very positive, though, and certainly in the short term of this main event or situation, this communication likely arriving not about the home and or family. Person, place, or thing with the letters C and or G that's involved. Oh, and letter E, C and or G, and letter E. Abundance and prosperity, yes. Possibly the letter W, saying that in case it may resonate with you. Number 3 is also being shown and involves somehow possibly working with other people. Definitely a helpful individual who is a significant individual. This could be you yourself and or someone else. Also angelic help also being presented, I would say, in that regards to that situation. Abundance and prosperity, yes. And also likely, again, another commonality tonight, another theme, property in some way, shape, or form. But we again we have the letter J of a person, place, or thing. Most certainly, I would say in the short term, I don't know if you're going to be smooching or not, but there's certainly, at the very least, reassurance, knowing that you're not alone, knowing that you do have backup, you have someone around you, you do have assistance. Okay. Moving on as the cup unfolds or as time and events unfold. This heads into the base for the most part. When this event does conclude, for the most part, it does conclude. However, it does flow into the base, which is more of the distant future, in 2 different areas specifically. Now, getting to that in just a second, around the size of your cup, you also do have 1, 2, I would say that yes, you do have 2 main events or two situations or 2 areas of your life coming up, approaching, where again, like with the other 2 ladies this evening, things are coming clear and quiet. And I would say to use, not going to tell you what to do, but to use that time that you have coming up to get anything that you need to get done to be as productive as possible, so you don't have to focus on those distractions or focus on and so you don't have distractions later on. You can focus on what you need to focus on. In addition to that, though, however, you do have a whole series of events and or situations taking place. Most certainly in the short term, you do have a main event, a main idea, concept, opportunity that's being presented. There's action and momentum, stability regarding that, and unconventional stability. Now, as that unfolds, however, I don't know if you're thinking of planning a trip. There's either an event and or a trip or travel scenario taking place in the next while. Again, I know time is variable. However, it does appear to be very positive, and if it involves a partnership of some kind. Okay. Now, in the base, again, abundance and prosperity, significant abundance and prosperity. It's still being sorted out, which makes sense because this is coming up later. Time and events can change, obviously. However, I would say that whatever is forming, it looks like it's forming very nicely. It does involve working with other people. And it is an overall, it is a huge, it's a very significant, I was going to say huge, it is a very significant situation with a lot of surprises. So again, in other words, really not supposed to know all the details with that. Small reminder for glass half full versus glass half empty, but it looks to be a very good situation with communication arriving. Again, I'm not about the home and or family, which is the second time that I've seen that. So it looks very positive. I know I always say it, but that's because it's always true. So Margaret, I hope that you enjoyed your tea leaf reading. And please let me know if you want me to send you pictures of your tea leaf reading, please send me an email and I will go ahead and I'll get those pictures over to you as soon as possible. Okay, we did it, everyone. We got through it. How's everyone doing? Is everyone hanging in there okay? Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. It's been such a fun evening. As always, nice little fun visit on a Thursday evening. So I'm going to aim to go live again next week. And again, thank you so much for everyone for all of your patience and understanding and support. About March, I didn't really go live at all. Oh, Dragonfly, hey, there you are, everyone. Hi, there's Dragonfly. She's our beautiful mod. One of our beautiful moderators. Awesome. Thank you so much, Margaret. Thank you so much. I'm going to aim to go live. Thank you for letting me read for you. I'm going to aim to go live again on Monday evening. That is, how is it already the end of April? So Monday, April 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Now, again, I always say, if anything changes and I cannot go live, I am going to post in my community tab at the very least a couple of hours before we go live. If anything changes and I can't, I will let you know for sure then. I am going to be out of town this weekend, coming back on Monday. So I may not be able to go live on Monday, but let's play that by ear, and I will for sure let you know on my community tab on Monday, later in the afternoon, most likely, if I am or if I'm not. And if we can't even if we can't make it on Monday, let's aim to go live on Tuesday night on the 30th. That way we can still do a weekly reading for next week. So everyone, we did it. Thank you so much again for hanging out. It was so much fun as always. Lovely people in the chat as always. And again, a big, huge, huge thank you to everyone for supporting this channel. Your likes, your subscribes, your views, your thumbs up. It all really, really helps this channel to grow, and it's showing because we're almost at 500 subscribers. So thank you so much. If you want to help the channel out in other ways, of course, I'm always available for private readings if you're interested. And shameless plug here, I also have a Ko-fi account. So if you'd like to buy me a coffee or buy Brie a biscuit, that is also over on my Ko-fi page. I'm in the process now of getting my Patreon back up and going. So on Patreon, I definitely work in progress. I'm going to aim to post in Patreon for May 1st, which is next Wednesday. So on Patreon, my whole plan with Patreon was to post monthly astrological sign, like not sign, astrological element readings like earth, fire, air, and water. So I really got delayed, sidetracked for a few reasons. And if you watched my lives fairly recently, you know why. However, I also have a Patreon, so if you're interested, all of those links are in the description box below. I also have a link tree. So everything is also included on my link tree over there. So everyone, thank you so much. Oh, there we go. There's people chatting in the chat. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening. I'm going to aim, like I said, to have this reading or this live posted tomorrow at the very, very, very latest tomorrow evening, most likely in the morning or early afternoon. So we'll aim to do that and aim to go again live on Monday. If I can't do that, we'll aim to go live on the Tuesday evening instead, also at 8 p.m. Eastern. Have a great evening. We've almost made it through another week. I hope everyone has an amazing... How do I get pictures again, Margaret? I'll just pop that email address in the chat here, Margaret. 1 second. So that's my email address. Please, just when you email me, obviously, just remove those spaces that I've put in there. But you can send me an email there, and I will reply to you and send you your pictures. Linda's on it. I'm the best people here. Yeah, so Margaret, please feel free to go ahead. I won't end the live right now. I'll just give you a couple another minute or so to get my email, but that is my email address there. So sarah@adamson.com. You can email me there and I will send you your pictures. So you can totally do that way. Okay. Have an amazing rest of your evening. Have an amazing Friday tomorrow. Have a wonderful weekend ahead. And we'll aim to see you again here on Monday, if not Monday, for sure on Tuesday. Mom is saying bye.
Bye. Have a nice weekend.
Mom says have a nice weekend, everyone. Mom's been selling Avon for a long time, so she's working away in the background. But Linda says good night, all.
Bye, Linda.
Bye, everyone. We love you so much. Have a great next few days, and we'll see you again here same time on Monday and or Tuesday. Okay, love you. Bye.